Hello Internet! Welcome to Netstalgia. I'm your host, internet historian and 2D graphic, Benjamin. Film theory was always my favourite, Chilka. Today we are talking about the whole internet's fun, slightly older cousin MatPat, and the empire he built on theories. Roll the intro!
Netstalgia.
Matthew Patrick, aka MatPat, was born on November 15th, 1986, which either puts him on the old side of millennial or the young side of dinosaur. He's an only child, and even worse than that, a massive nerd.
That is crazy.
I don't know why I'm being mean, I really like him. From an early age, he was really into video games and theatre, which he pursued through school. He was valedictorian at his high school and got a scholarship to Duke University. Basically, he's quite clever. Duke was where he met his future wife, Stephanie. Spoilers. And he graduated in 2009 with a double major in theatre and psychology. Once again, very clever.
It sounds sarcastic. It sounds like I'm taking the piss. Oh, very clever.
This same year, he posted his first ever YouTube video. It was a clip from a production of Blood Brothers that he was in, and being his first YouTube video, it didn't blow up, but it probably also wasn't helped by the fact that many people such as myself were forced to study Blood Brothers and would rather have their willy rustled than have to think about it again. After graduating, he moved to New York to try and land some theatre roles there. But, as the screeching twink who sat behind me in the Ritz diner on 62nd and 1st could tell you, they're quite hard to find. In 2011, after a couple years of struggling to find work, Matt decided that he should stop using his channel to showcase his acting and instead use it as a portfolio to show his ability to write, research, and edit videos. On the 14th of April, he posted the trailer for his rebrand, a little show called Game Theory.
Do you love playing video games? Are you tired of walking away from 12-hour gaming sessions feeling entertained, yet unfulfilled? Do you want to know more about the games you love without having to put in any work of your own? Well, now you can play and learn. That's right, Weboverse. We have created Game Theory, gaming's tangential learning experience.
The concept of the show was based on an extra credits episode about tangential learning. Basically the idea that when presented in a format that people like, movies, books, games, they'll take a stronger interest in learning. And he was right. He found a way to theorize about lore and secrets in video games, and then back it up with real-world science. The first proper episode of Game Theory came out on April 18th, and was about the RPG Chrono Trigger. He talked about how to time travel in real life based on the game, as well as real-life reports of time gates. Starting with an easy topic then. Even as early as this video, Stephanie helped to work on the theories, which shows how important she was and still is to the channels. The show gained traction fairly well for the time. It got put on the front page of a couple different websites, which was pretty much the best promotion a YouTube channel could get. That said, it wasn't anything crazy until December 2012, when things really started to pick up. The growth continued upwards, and at the end of May 2013, he posted Game Theory. Portal's companion cube has a dark secret, which caused a massive spike in subs, taking the channel past the 150,000 subs mark. It didn't stop there though. The show was absolutely exploding on YouTube, and after hitting 150k in May, they hit 1 million in December. Did it stop there? In 2014, a new independent horror game began popping up, called Five Nights at Freddy's, and people could smell the lore coming. So who else would they turn to? Game Theory was already popular and growing fast, but FNAF made them supersonic. The first FNAF theory was posted on October 23rd, 2014, just 2 months after the game released. They theorized about every aspect of the game. Some theories more believable than others. Every year, the channel grew and grew. In 2014, they went from 1.3 million to 3.4 million subs. And by the end of 2015, they brought that number up to 5.6. In 2015, they wanted to expand to more than just video games, creating the Film Theorists channel, which hit 1 million subs less than a month after its first episode. GTLive, their live stream channel, was also created in 2015, being the home of so many fun and weird events, as well as their yearly St. Jude's charity streams. It's also worth noting that in 2013, the company that MatPat worked for, Break Media, merged with an MCN called Alloy Digital. This merged company became known as Defy Media. We'll come back to that later. Although, it does mean that he worked quite closely with Smosh for a while. He left the company by August 2014, not out of bad blood, he just wanted to pursue game theory full time. In 2016, MatPat was at a YouTube event where he met Pope Francis, RIP GOAT, and as any of us would do, he gave the head of the Catholic Church a copy of Undertale. I suppose he would know about cool costumes and cult followings. 2017 through to 2019 was a huge period for the theorists. MatPat and Steph became regulars at YouTube events, as well as the GTLive channel doing better than ever, and the pair hosting a metric rasclat of charity events and streams. In 2018, MatPat joined the cast of Escape the Night, an unscripted, semi-reality show about Joey Graceffa inviting a group of friends to his mansion, which then turns into a murder mystery.
I can deal with vampires, I can deal with werewolves, and all sorts of other things, but clowns? Why has it gotta be clowns?
Are clowns anyone's thing? Like, no one likes clowns.
I find clowns delightful.
And then, in April of that year, the Game Theorists channel hit 10 million subscribers, a milestone which separates the greats from the goats. They actually hit the 10 million mark while live streaming for the 7th anniversary of Game Theory. An awesome coincidence, and the second best thing ever caught on live stream.
You should tell them who got that for you.
I found it.
Okay, so we're
I
just
discovered
lying
it.
now. Guys, I got that. It was me.
Ooh.
It was me.
Desperate for credit. Not a good colour on you. You're seeming kind of
You're green. Not a good color on me. You are green.
It wasn't all fun and games though. If you watched the Smosh episode of Netstalgia, then you'll be familiar with Defy Media, and you'll also know how this year went for them. As I said, MatPat used to work for Defy before moving to do game theory full time. In fact, Defy actually helped develop and launch film theory. Then this year, Defy went under, with one of the higher-ups who MatPat and Steph considered a close personal friend taking $1.7 million from the channel. It's a bit of an oversimplification of things, but if you want to hear the full story, watch this video. This year was made especially difficult by the fact that Steph gave birth to their son in July, and their house was in the danger zone for the California wildfires. They also had some more personal issues that year, but I don't think it's really my place to talk about it, so if you want to know, watch that video, it's all in there. Not an easy year at all, but they came out of it stronger and closer. In July 2020, the third of the Theorist channels launched, Food Theory. This channel has nothing to do with pop culture really. It's the same style and presentation as the other channels, but more grounded, real-life research about food and nutrition. This channel definitely didn't have the same pull as the others, but it was a nice change while still fitting the brand. Next July, the Film Theorist channel hit 10 million subscribers, being the second channel to do so, and bringing the overall sub count to nearly 30 million. I said before that 10 million subs separates the greats from the goats, but I think 30 million solidifies you as a legend. It wasn't just the sub count though. MatPat was known for more than just the theories. He was, and continues to be, a cornerstone in the YouTube community. His constant positivity, wholesomeness, and support for others is why he's so beloved. His constant charity work over the years shows his care for others, as well as the pushes he's led to make the internet a safer and nicer place to be for all users. That is what really makes him a legend.
Aww.
Then, in February 2023, the fourth and final Theorist channel launched. Style Theory was similar to Food Theory in that it was more grounded real-life research. And remember how the Film Theorists hit 1 million subs in a month? How does 3 days sound, mate? The little show that MatPat had created as a resume had now become an empire, and one of the biggest that the internet had ever seen. But then, on the 9th of January 2024, people woke up to a new video in their sub boxes.
It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last Theory episode, at which point I'll be handing off the channels to someone else.
After almost 13 years, MatPat announced that he was taking a step back from hosting videos. He'd spent his whole adult life working on these channels, growing the brand and not taking a moment to breathe. And to be honest, he had other priorities now. His final Theory was posted on March 9th of that year, with an oddly tear-jerking ending.
A style theory.
A food theory.
A film theory.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
He even got a cameo from Scott Cawthorne, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, who had shown a lot of appreciation for the channels over the years. And then, it was over. Or was it? There was actually 6 alternate endings to that video, because of course there was. It was the most MatPat way to say goodbye, and it made this bittersweet moment a little bit more fun. This wasn't really goodbye. Matt was, and still is, working on the channels, but in a much more behind-the-scenes role. In his leaving video, he explained that he wasn't really going anywhere, he was just taking a step back to spend more time with his son, who was 5 at the time. New hosts took over the channels: Tom, Lee, Santi, Amy, and Ash, as well as a whole host of behind-the-scenes crew who had already been there for years. Since MatPat left, the channels have slowed down a little, but they're still going steady. Style Theory has taken the smallest hit of them all, but that's probably because they're the newest channel, so they built off of MatPat the least. As well as still working on the channels, he's been working to improve the online space for all creators. He even recently helped to launch the Creator Economy Caucus in the US House of Representatives, a bipartisan group with the goal of bridging the gap between lawmakers and content creators to ensure people's voices are heard and everyone's treated fairly, whether it's about online privacy, AI restrictions, creator taxation, or anything else. MatPat is one of the undeniable GOATs of YouTube, a pioneer of so many styles and topics, and although he's taken a step back, he will always be remembered. By viewers, it will be for years of genuinely entertaining and fun content, and for creators, it will be for his continuous fight for us. Let me know your favourite theory in the comments. My favourites were always the Gravity Falls ones, cause autism. Thank you for watching. Last week we did our own game show and it was absolutely ridiculous, so if you haven't checked that out, please do. It's a great time. Follow me on Twitter and I will catch you for the next catch up. Bye!
Chill, dude, well written.